There was something different in the air that afternoon in Seoul. Just a short video, Jungkook walking alone down the sidewalk, wearing a cap, a loose jacket, wide pants, and a black bag slung over his back. But the world didn't treat him like anyone. Within minutes, the video spread everywhere. Thousands of comments flooded in. Yet amid the noise of admiration and rumors, one old conversation resurfaced. A conversation that somehow never truly ended. About Jimin. About Jungkook. About Jikook. Was it all real? Beneath the glances, the laughter, and those fleeting moments we all witnessed, was there something more than friendship? Today, we're not just talking about that video, but something much deeper. Why the world never stops talking about them. Welcome back to Jikook Moments, where we don't just look at what's seen, we try to understand what's felt. The question remains the same, repeated in countless forms. Why do people keep questioning their closeness? For those who were once fans, who once saw how Jimin looked at Jungkook from the corner of the stage, or how Jungkook instinctively reached for Jimin's hand behind the scenes, the answer might be simple. There was something that felt real. Their glances weren't scripted. Their laughter wasn't staged. There was warmth there, something too sincere to be coincidence. But after years of rumors, controversies, and media distortion, many grew tired. Some walked away. They stopped believing, and that's okay. Not everyone sees through the same lens. Not everyone interprets things the same way. What's puzzling, however, is when those who no longer believe still come to every video, every post, only to write, "Jikook is over. They're just friends." If they were really together, they would have admitted it. But the question is, why? If you don't believe anymore, why not move on and find your own happiness? Why disturb those who still find meaning and hope in something simple, something that harms no one? We need to remember one simple truth. Jimin and Jungkook owe us nothing. They don't have to explain, justify, or deny anything. They never made promises, never issued public statements, never asked anyone to believe in Jikook. All they've done is be themselves, laughing, teasing, protecting, and understanding each other in ways that feel natural. No script, no confirmation, no denial. Just two people who happen to share a deep connection in front of a world that never stops watching. And that's where the magic lies. They never say anything, yet somehow everyone feels something. Not because we want to believe, but because what they show us feels real. And things that flow naturally often come from sincerity. If someday it turns out to be just friendship, that's okay. No one betrayed anyone, because they never promised us anything. We were the ones who interpreted, who dreamed, because we saw something beautiful between them. And believing in something beautiful is never a mistake. There's no shame in once believing in something that made you smile. Sometimes we don't believe to prove something, we believe because we hope. Hope that honesty, kindness, and affection are still real in a world obsessed with image. And maybe Jimin and Jungkook gave us that hope. For some, the allure of Jikook was never about whether they're really together. What captivated people was what they radiated, mutual respect, care, and understanding, even without words. They represent something rare in the entertainment world, a bond that feels genuine amid cameras and the weight of millions of eyes. But many forget, true love doesn't always need a declaration. Not everything unannounced is unreal. Real life is far more complex than the labels we chase online. If one day they confirm there is something between them, it will be beautiful. But if not, it won't erase the magic they've already given us. Because beauty doesn't always need public validation. Some may say, "I used to believe, but it wasn't true." But weren't the feelings you once had still real? Weren't the smiles, the laughter, the pounding in your chest when you saw them something you truly felt? That means your belief had value. It made you happy, and that's enough. Being a fan doesn't mean possessing someone. It means appreciating them, in their art, their character, or in the quiet things they bring into your life. If your love for Jimin and Jungkook depends only on whether they're together, maybe that's not love, it's possession. I love Jimin not because of who he's with, but because of who he is. A sensitive, warm, deeply empathetic artist. And I admire Jungkook not for his looks or fame, but for his sincerity and relentless effort to grow into the best version of himself. If one day they walk separate paths, I'll still support them. And if it turns out they're truly together, I'll celebrate it with joy. Because for many of us, Jikook isn't just a ship, it's a symbol of honesty in human connection. Beyond all the fandom debates, Jimin continues to rise with undeniable achievements. American media outlet Soap Central recently highlighted producer and manager Jeremy Johnson's role in his career, calling him the face of Dior, a title earned through hard work, class, and unmatched charisma. His appearance at the Dior fashion show became one of the brand's most iconic moments. Within hours, videos of him walking the runway in that soft gray suit went viral, a symbol of elegant luxury wrapped in warmth, the essence of Jimin himself. According to Launchmetrics data, Jimin's solo Dior post generated €7.6 million in earned media value (EMV), the highest among all fashion figures across 4 global fashion weeks. He ranked 6th worldwide and 2nd at Paris Fashion Week, surpassing major names like Bella Hadid and Zendaya. This achievement proves one thing: Jimin isn't just a K-pop icon. He's a global cultural phenomenon bridging art, fashion, and emotion in one authentic form. Meanwhile, Jungkook continues to make history in music. His solo track, Please Don't Change, recently surpassed 200 million streams on Spotify, becoming the 15th song from his album Golden to hit that milestone, a record for any K-pop solo artist. Released in November 2023, Golden was not only a commercial triumph but also an artistic statement. Critics praised his stunning vocal range and his ability to blend pop, R&B, and dance into a modern global sound. His collaboration with DJ Snake on Please Don't Change showcases a maturity and musical intuition rarely found in young artists. Jungkook proves that behind the fame lies a sharp artistic instinct and a deep grasp of global aesthetics. Today, Golden officially stands as the K-pop solo album with the most songs surpassing 200 million streams in Spotify history, Golden not just in name, but in meaning. It's a symbol of an artist's journey under the world's brightest spotlight, yet still finding his true self amidst the noise of fame. In the end, everything comes back to one simple thing: feeling. Whether you believe Jikook is real or not, it's undeniable that the connection between Jimin and Jungkook has given us something genuine: warmth, honesty, and the beauty of human connection. They never needed to say anything, because the world already felt it. And maybe that's what makes them so special. Because true love, in any form, doesn't always need recognition, only presence. In a world loud with opinions, these two remain quiet, but their silence speaks louder than words. Thank you for watching Jikook Moments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new story about them. 2 stars who continue to remind us that honesty still exists, even under the brightest lights.